Zaltrizas buzdari ixos daur. In this video, I'm going to be talking about some of the greater theories for A Song of Ice and Fire. More specifically, House of the Dragon. My videos have been getting some traction lately, and in order to thank you all, I want to do a giveaway on my channel. Before I jump into the contents of this video, slap a like on it, make sure you're subscribed and turn those notifications on. But also, to enter this giveaway, just leave me a comment down below and let me know how much you either enjoy or hate my content. I'm going to be doing a giveaway for... one of my paintings. I got a few of them. I've actually posted most of them on my Instagram account. Go follow me at sir_hunts_reviews. But I'm obviously going to be doing some more Targaryen-themed ones. If you want to win one of those, just leave me a comment down below, and I'll send it to you. Long nights! Alright, now first things first. The Cat's Paw Dagger. I've mentioned it several times in several different videos. It's interesting, because if we go all the way back to the origin of it in Game of Thrones Season 7, when Sam is discovering about it at the Citadel, and he's got his little, Targaryen book open, I don't remember, it's a history, maybe it's a Valyrian history book, but the page talks about Targaryens and how they would use dragon glass hilted knives. So, in particular, the Cat's Paw Dagger that was used to kill the Night's King, that was used in his assassination attempt to kill Bran, that was then given back to Bran by Littlefinger, and Littlefinger was called out, and that's a chaos is a ladder, right? So, wait, I can do a better Littlefinger impression than that. Hold up. Sansa, you must realize that chaos, it's a ladder. I will use that ladder to conquer Westeros, because they called me Little Dick, Littlefinger. Whatever. I totally forgot. Okay, so yes, that dragon glass dagger, the Cat's Paw Dagger, the dragon glass handle, is formed from the same piece of dragon glass that was used to kill the Night King. The Night King was stabbed in the same spot where that dragon glass was placed by the Children of the Forest to turn him into the Night King in order to combat the First Men when they were fighting them when the First Men first came over to Westeros. It's interesting that Alicent is holding that dagger. It's also interesting that Alicent is a high tower. In the books, the high towers are synonymous with Old Town, right? So you could say high tower is of High Tower or of Old Town. They run hand in hand. The base of the high tower is fused black oily stone. Now, you hear that in so many different things, mainly over in Essos in the Valyrian Freehold. The Valyrians used ornate, that's the key word there, ornate, decorative, fused black stones to, build a lot of their empire. In Old Volantis, the black walls are part of the inner city to keep those that live there safe. There are several different parts of Westeros that have oily black stones. We have the salt, the sea salt, the Ironborn, it's related to them, right? I can't remember the details. This is all what happens when you don't write a script. But basically, in the books, the high towers are known to have practiced magic, right? So there's some high towers that were locked away in a tower for 10 years, and a lot of people think that it's because they were practicing magic. So who's to say that there's not some mystical link with this dagger being used? Like, I just feel like because of its prominence, and we even see, Viserys, is it Viserys or Viserys? Let me know down below in the comment section. But Viserys has that dagger attached to his hip when he grips Blackfyre sitting on the Iron Throne. Like, there's going to be some significance to it. And I haven't really figured it out yet. I more so want you all that are watching this to let me know what you think is going to be the relevance of that dagger. Like, it's really special. Now, there are some people that are saying it's not the same one that was used, but in my opinion, it is. They wouldn't put something like this at multiple spots in the trailer if it's not the same dagger. This is just a way of linking the show, and I think it'll be super interesting to see the chaos that it causes in this series. I theorized that it was going to be used by Lucerys to pluck Aemon's eye out. And then another thing that I want to talk about, dragon dreams in general. Like, so basically you have, all the elements. You have the earth, you have fire, you have ice, snow. All of these elemental magics are linked to certain houses in Westeros. I've done videos breaking those down in specificities, but for this video, I want to focus on House Targaryen and their dragon dreams, right? So, throughout the years, many Targaryens are given these dreams that are twisted and crazy, and Targaryens that get these dreams are usually cursed, and they don't interpret them to the best way. For instance, there are several Targaryens who see what happens to Daenerys walking into, the Khal Drogo blood sacrifice with her eggs, and then she emerges with dragons. A lot of Targaryens get that dream, and then they do fucked up shit. For instance, a lot of people think that Egg was getting glimpses of Daenerys being born, and he thought that that was him, and he thought that he maybe had to walk into the fire to, hatch these dragon eggs. And a lot of people think that he tried to maybe sacrifice Rhaegar and his mother as a blood sacrifice to awake dragons again. So there's something special with King's blood, but there's something really special with, like, baby king's blood and pregnant women, right? So it's like a double whammy. So a lot of people think that there's that famous image of Rhaegar being born outside of the tragedy at Summerhall, and then there's a man standing over Rhaegar's mother. A lot of people think that's Dunk. Dunk supposedly went back into the fire to find Egg, and this is when he died. But who's to say that something crazy didn't happen, and maybe Dunk saw what Egg was doing in the last seconds, and instead tried to save Rhaegar, and ended up going back into the fire to try to save more people and just died. Maybe he saw that Aegon was corrupted by these dragon dreams. So Daenerys gets dragon dreams. The whole reason why the Targaryens are over at Dragonstone and in Westeros is because, several years before the doom of Valyria, Daenys the Dreamer, I believe her name was, saw it coming and they left. So in order for that to play into this new show, I think it would be pretty epic to show certain characters who didn't necessarily get dragon dreams in the books, but make them have them for the TV show. Maybe we could even have Nettles getting dragon dreams. The fact that she's worshipped by the mountain clans as a woods witch, and she has shit burned to her, makes me think that she may get some of these dragon dreams. And maybe even premonitions of Daenerys, bringing 3 heads of the dragon and bring dragons back into Westeros. I think it would be interesting if maybe even Daemon was given some dragon dreams. Maybe that's why Daemon grows bored quickly, right? So with Targaryens misinterpreting dragon dreams from back in this time, it would be interesting to see that sort of play out with some of these characters in this new series. If you all think that that's possible, let me know down below in the comment section. I'm looking forward to debating it with you. And then lastly for this video, this kind of relates to what I was saying before, the Targaryens and dragon dreams. That's part of fire magic. One of the ways the Targaryens controlled their dragons, according to the Maesters and some of the tidbits that were given in World of Ice and Fire, is there may have been some primordial mating with dragon creatures. Targaryens say they're of dragon kin, meaning they're related directly to dragons, and the fact that we have Arya Targaryen who flew across the Narrow Sea and went to Old Valyria with on the back of Balerion. And then when they returned, Balerion had a 9-foot gash in his side. Balerion's the biggest dragon ever, really, in like history that we know of. The fact that he had a 9-foot gash, and then, what happened to Arya Targaryen with the fireworms burning her from the inside out, what happens to her is very similar to the descriptions of Valyrian slaves that would mine near Valyria, in Old Valyria, like their corpses being like charred, burned husks is very similar to the description of what happens to Arya Targaryen. But the fact that there is like an intermixing of species, I think that, one of the ways that Targaryens control their dragons is going to be by warging them, using some sort of blood fire magic. Obviously, the way they hatch their dragons is very similar to that, right? So they're placed in their cribs and they grow up with the Targaryens, with their riders. They have like a supernatural bond with them. And I think that's one of the things that's going to be explored on this new show by having characters like Daemon and Rhaenyra sort of mention things like, Daemon with his Master of Whispers and then obviously with Nettles becoming a Woods Witch, he's into the occult. It would be interesting to see if he doesn't maybe share some of this information with Rhaenyra when they're growing up, and maybe this information helps Rhaenyra bond with her dragon better, and maybe it makes them superior riders. Like, that's going to be a thing. There's going to be classes of dragon riders in this show, because obviously not all of them have been riding their dragons as long as some of the other ones. For instance, Daemon and Vhagar. But this is a good point to wrap this video up. It's very long-winded. I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you could please slap a like on this video. The like goal is going to be 420. Also, make sure you're subscribed and turn notifications on. If you've done that and then leave a comment down below, basically that combats YouTube's algorithm with them not sharing my videos as much. It still shows, hey, there's engagement. Help promote these videos in the future. I want to thank every single member of my Patreon family over on patreon.com/SirHuntsReviews, and I want to thank every single person who's watching this video right now. Thank you so, so much. My name's Mark, and this has been Sir Hunt's Long Nights Review. Boom.